Welcome back to Limbus Company, Daily Mirror Dungeon. Today's update day, which means the weekly bonuses have just reset, and the update's gonna come out soon. As of the upload time of this video, the update's gonna be an hour later, which I'm gonna be streaming right then, so feel free to join. I'm gonna keep on doing this self-promotion thing until I've actually gotten into the habit of having a stream schedule, but yeah, feel free to join the stream. Now, today, plan simple enough. There's still two status effects we haven't covered in depth. We're gonna do bleed today. So this is a really funny E.G.O gift. This isn't the actual like rarity 4 E.G.O gift, it's a rarity 3, but it's still really good. Allies inflict twice as much bleed with skills. End of the turn, enemies with bleed lose 2 speed next turn. Just very nice overall. As well, I mean it's similar to like Axe from Ruina, just double bleed, but without the negative part of the enemies also being able to get the bonus. Okay, now we'll go for you. The weakest of you guys, you're probably like the weakest person for the bleed stuff. You're actually awful for bleed. So probably gonna pass out on you, on those two for now. Something like that, I think. Yeah, that should work. So we'll have a fair bit of bleed from the Kurokuma guys, and we'll have a fair bit of nails from the E.G.O guys, so we'll be able to like bleed and bleed count. And because of our bleed output being doubled, we're not gonna have too much issues there. We can just straight up trigger whistles here to give a buff to these two. And we've only got 2 of the E.G.O people on the team right now, because the E.G.O people aren't like that great at bleed overall, at least in my opinion. Now, I don't even know if I've seen the bleed rarity 4 E.G.O gift yet. I might have just not realized it was the rarity 4, but I think that's probably one of the 2 that I just straight up haven't seen. Is that the one that is the bleed rarity 4? Is that going to be the one that looks like the? Is that going to be the red Gossipium? So I think I've seen people post that, but I haven't seen its actual effect. Wouldn't be surprised though, because the white Gossipium is the one that makes so instead of staggering enemies, they just take us to amount of bleed. So the red Gossipium is probably something bleed related as well, although I don't know what yet. Nice. Annihilating these heretics. Despite these heretics also being E.G.O people, but heretic and fighting, it happens. Nice. Yeah, that guy's got 15 bleed already. And because they've all got bleed, they got 2 less speed this turn. Now, there's not a lot of bleed E.G.O gifts as far as I know. There's not a lot of like super strong ones. I don't know what the tier 4 does. We'll see if I'm lucky today. I don't feel particularly lucky though, especially since I'm gonna have to do the gotcha pull to get Leo Ishmael soon. And I feel like that's not gonna go too well. Alright. Slash. We've got some slash. I mean, with this bleed team, we've got a little bit of everything, because E.G.O.'s all about both pierce and blunt, while Kurokuma's primarily slash with a little bit of pierce. And by a little bit, I mean you're just purely pierce, but the other 2 are like purely slash. Alright. I guess, what? Cloudburst inflicts like 12 bleed, I guess? Because what is it normally? It's normally 6 or so, isn't it? There's Cloud Cutter, which is inflicting some bleed. But it just kills, though, because these guys are weak to slash. And Cloud Cutter is still very strong overall. As it always has been. Alright. Staggered. And that's a heads, so this guy just dies. We'll be able to deal with this guy? I think so. Nothing else. We've got a Cloud Cutter coming this way. And that kills, yep. Victor E. Now we get 2 events. See if we see something good. Don't give water, take the coin. That's very nice. We don't have a lot of sloth, so took a lot of damage there, but it's fine. And you, scrape of letters is nothing. Didn't this used to be a level up? I don't know, actually. It might just have been nothing. I think I just chose the wrong option. I feel like I pretty much never see that abnormality, despite the fact I really like its ego, because it's pursuance. 'Cause that's like what the Heavenly Executioner's
카론, 기다리는 거
assistant,
못해.
something like that.
100초만 기다려줄게.
Heavenly Scribes? Heavenly Executioner's Scribe? Something like that. Sounds like it might be right. Oh, Ada. You can be here on the first floor. I feel like I have not seen her in Mirror Dungeon 2 at all until now. Mackie. Makes sense, though. I was expecting her to be a floor 2 one, but it also makes perfect sense that she's a floor 1 one. Okay, Cloudburst is... Yeah, Cloudburst is 10 bleed. It's normally 5, but it's been doubled. Makes sense. Right? Ada's hitting it. We need to stop her. And we can do this to make sure she gets stopped. Easy enough. What is cast as some bleed, right? I think so. Don't remember how much, but it'll be doubled, so it'll be like at least 4 after being doubled. I don't remember how much it is. It's like 2 or 3 or something. It's not like a big amount of bleed. Oh, Cloud Cutter almost just straight up staggered her, though. Not quite, though. 4 bleed, so it'll be 8 bleed. Nice. Now, she's staggered, and I don't think she's going to have a chance to unstagger herself, so the bleed's not going to matter too much. Is the Bloodstained Gossipium, is that going to be like a... Is that going to be like a bleed deluge? Feels like a lot of the rarity for E.G.O Gifts are just blank deluges. But I don't know. I'll see, hopefully. Would be funny to see it. So I hope I will. I mean, there is still one other one beyond the Gossipium looking one that looks like it's some sort of mirror fragment type thing, like glass shard. I've got no idea what that could be. Maybe that's bleed. You know, Yi-Song stabbed people with mirror pieces before, so why can't we give them a little bleed? And oh, this is very nice here. Cost is nice, E-resources are nice. When now inflicts bleed on non-stagger enemy skills, inflict bleed and bleed count. And just more bleed, and if it's lost, it's even more bleed. I don't think that bleed is going to be doubled. I don't think so, because I think it's only the bleed from skills gets doubled by smoke and wires. That's fine. These guys are weak to Pierce. Pierce is probably the best thing we have. How much bleed do you have? You've just got nails. But you've only got bleed and a little bit of nails with your primary. Take you, though. The Dawn's thing is Tremor, which we don't really need here. In fact, if you want Tremor, that's what I already did a Tremor run. Wow.
먼저 끝내고 돌아오는 친구는 맛있는 거 사줄게. 물론 회사 카드로.
These sure are guys that are weak to Pierce. And some of them they're weak to Slash. This is one of them that's weak to Slash for hitting him with a Pierce, so... Oh well. Losing flashes with Ryoshu just because of the fact that these guys have like very strong negative coins on one of their attacks. Their A attack. A. Flash when target loses 15 SP. How funny. They think they're so funny. Oh. They're still winning clashes because Rodian has awful sanity because of using her E.G.O. Reducing her sanity, and the fact that she hasn't been winning a lot of clashes for some reason, I guess. Nice. And something like this just finish everyone off. Guy's gonna bleed to death, nice. This is the only guy left, please kill him. He's weak to the Pierce, so this will be enough to stagger him. Not quite kill him, but the next attack should be able to kill him. Yes, there we go. Another clean fight. More damage to single targets, so don't mind if I do. And blunt
파우스트가
weakness fight.
나설 만한 곳이어야 할 겁니다.
Is probably the one type we've got covered the least, because all we have is a single. Or we've got Heathcliff now, so we've got
좋아.
more blunt.
얼른 끝내고
And
밥
these
먹으러
guys,
가자고.
alright. They're resistant to slash, so the pierce attacks are still gonna be pretty fine. And we can just pop Land of Illusion here. That'll work well enough. We don't have a lot of gloom. We'll get more gloom now that we've Heathcliff because his secondary's gloom. If you just use the gloom there, so should be fine. We also want gloom because that's why we need to use our our only 5 target mass deck on this team is, well, the blunt one from Faust fluid deck.
이 공격은 꽤 먹혀든 것 같아요. 무가치 않은 저항일 뿐이다.
And that attack seemed to work really well.
보다 유리하지 않겠어?
Foes dominating, good enough.
정화.
Like that, purposely going for the gloom because we're kind of short on gloom.
검을 덜 갈았었나? 끝이.
Nice. And these robots take 70% less bleed damage.
다소 유리하구려.
And we can get whistles here and we can just kill.
재미는 없겠지만
All there is to it. I guess this guy's still like relatively tanky. And our bleed is doing nothing on him. This guy is almost staggered anyways though, even if he does resist the slash. And he does not resist the gripping, so... Yep, there we go. Another gripping's coming probably the robot's way. There it goes. Flicks a bunch of nails, paralyze and gaze next turn. Lenticular swirl, just more bleed. And lenticular swirl, just more bleed. And down the drone goes.
시원한 걸?
Midwinter Nightmare inflicts sinking with every skill. That's fine. And it just means enemies are gonna have B worse SP. Pong Lu skill replacement, absolutely. None of these are bleed. My opposed survival is really good though. Actually, that's fine, isn't it? Yeah. Because then we just take a Cloud Cutter over a Cleave. And this will pay off for itself shortly, because we'll be able to move up 3 floors, so it'll be like a little bit of... It's an investment. Spending 176 now to gain 300 in payments of 100 each floor, and a little bit of healing, in case we ever need that. It's worth it this early. Especially if I have any hopes of finding some rare E.G.O gifts. Gotta make sure I can afford them, after all.
재미는 없겠지만 그렇게 할게요.
Cloud Burst the guy weak to slash.
좀 더 잘 뵐 수 있을 것 같은데요.
For a nice bit of bleed.
좋아, 계속 집중하지.
And I guess all of our attacks inflict bleed no matter what it is. That's nice. That attack didn't inflict bleed. How does that E.G.O gift work again? Shouldn't it be every attack inflicts bleed? Or was there circumstances that I'm kind of forgetting about right now? I can check next turn. I'm talking about like the rusty dagger thing. Forget the attack's full name since it's one of the new ones, so I'm not too familiar with it yet.
근방의 싸움은 우수했어.
The rusted cutting knife. When an ally inflicts bleed on a non-stack... Oh. It's whenever they inflict bleed, they do more bleed. That makes more sense. And it needs to be on a non-staggered enemy. Interesting. Well, we've got a lot of bleed, so that still works pretty well for us. It's not as funny as bleed with every attack, although I understand why it's not bleed with every attack. I'm no fool. Bleed is powerful enough as it is, that's why it's got such weak E.G.O gifts for the most part, but then it's got one that just doubles bleed. It's just got a lower quantity of E.G.O gifts, really, compared to stuff like how many new like charge and sinking and poise E.G.O gifts we got. But then again, they didn't have any E.G.O gifts before. That's the simple reason why. Okay.
활그로.
Bodyguard man down. It's time for the floor 2 boss. See who we see. Weak to sloth slash weak to sloth. So it's probably pink
난타.
shoes,
이번에는 누굴
if
베어버리면
I'm not
되는 거야?
mistaken. Because they're weak to sloth. I mean, it could be a mix of pink shoes and of the actual hurdly goons. But no, it's just pink shoes.
늦으면 내피랑 먼저 갈 거야.
Easy enough. Nothing too worrying. They're weak to slash. They're also weak to pride. Honglu, you know what to do. And then just kind of go for a couple more attacks on them in case they survive. They stagger easily enough, but they do have like a decent amount of HP. Not like the most, of course. More than like the 50 or so HPs of like the genuinely guys.
좋다. 좋아. 계속 집중하지.
There's a good sky clearing cut. 86, nice.
이 공격은 꽤 먹혔던
Things
것
hitting
같아요.
2 weaknesses at once. This guy's not staggered, that's fine. Wasn't expecting him to be staggered. I thought I was doing Cloud Cutter on someone who wasn't being hit by anything else. I guess I thought wrong.
검을 덜 갈았었나?
No stagger though.
이상한 귀기가
So it's just these two that aren't staggered. This guy's got 13 bind. Is it just stacking up? Yeah, I was like, why does it... I thought for a second it said that it was 13 bind with 1 count, which was confusing me because bind does not have a count, but no, it's just the 1 from the skill final power plus to this guy. Dominating. Favored. Neutral. Neutral. Kill that guy.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
There we go. 1 staggered.
이단을
Haven't died.
정화했다.
Now this is not a great clash win chance, but it still went fine, so he's as good as dead.
되는 건
Yep.
즐겁네요.
승객이 딱콩 한 번.
Now will they finish off the other one with their weaker attacks? Yes, they sure do. Good job, team. Successfully took down the shoe monsters. Oh, more bleed. Dealing damage to enemies using Wrath or Bleed inflicts 3 bleed. That's pretty good. No, no rarity for E.G.O Gift yet. But that still can change. I'm not counting on it, but I can always pray. Pray to, I don't know, the bleed gods.
유감 없는 싸움을 기대하겠소.
Pray to, like, re-nerf bleed.
재미는 없겠지만
Specifically
그렇게
Ruina
할게요.
re-nerf bleed, in case you don't know. Bleed got nerfed in Ruina. It was like, what, didn't you just lose like half your bleed stacks every time it triggered, but now you lose 2/3? Something like that. I don't know, didn't use bleed a lot. I also joined after the bleed nerf and just know about it from the tales.
버스로 돌아갈 수 있겠다. 그치?
거치적거리지만 마.
Nice. Yeah, just so much bleed. 13 just that attack alone. And that guy's out of his bleed, unfortunately. But it was enough bleed to cause him to just get stagger plus plus with a, or just stagger plus with a single attack.
역시 모르네.
There's like barely any enemies that have 3 stagger thresholds. It's mainly just a center thing. Most of them only have 1 or 2. Top time. We've got 300. If we see the really funny E.G.O Gift, we won't be able to get it. But luckily we don't see it. Painkiller. Faust skill replacement. It's obvious, yes. Do we want another execution? I think so. I wish I could like check here. But I can't. I know I didn't mean to hit that. I meant to click this. Do I want this? Not particularly. Broken revolver, not particularly. We'll take a Faust skill replacement, I think. Please attack with gripping could be nice. Using a gripping with like. What if hers gives the best? I'm gonna go to the main menu to check this, I think. Assuming this works. I actually don't know what happens if you go to the main menu mid-store.
식사는 하셨는가?
Oh, the music doesn't stop. That's funny. Funny song, so I'm fine with it. Yeah, 1 nail, 2 bleed, 3 nails, 2 nails, 2 nails. So our primary is the one that does the most bleed. This has a lot of nails. We might want to replace a secondary with a tertiary, honestly. As strange as it is, because the primary is like decent enough. But this is lost. Yeah, I think we get rid of it. I think we just get rid of a tier skill 1 for a skill 3. Resume. Where does it put us? Hopefully the music isn't just bugged and just keeps on looping. Okay, we can take our Faust skill. And we can keep on pushing forward now. We need to rebuild our team, that's fine. You. There we go. Next floor we get on. This floor we benched on. Does she have good support passive? She might. I feel like I've checked before. Nah, I believe SP deals more damage. No, she's got a good normal passive, that's it. Oh, we can trigger this here. Decently nice. Oh, that's not nice. There we go. Something like this. We trigger whistles, we get some lust off, we get some pride off. The normal bleed stuff.
침묵하라.
Okay. There we go. Those nice 4 nails.
꽤 먹히는 것 같아요.
Like, surely, eventually we're gonna get some sort of, like, fancy, like,
유효타 좋아.
ego or something of Silent Girl that's just gonna spend all the nails on the target to do stupid amounts of damage. Similar to how nails work in Ruina. Because nails here work very, like, different than Ruina nails. Probably because Ruina nails were a very minor thing, since N-Corp hadn't shown up by then. We vaguely knew about N-Corp from Distortion Detective, but I don't think it was even mentioned at all in Ruina itself. Challenge time.
흙으로도
Keep the
돌아가지
time.
못하리.
Boss is weak to Pierce, so that probably just means it's Moril with sloshing guys. Which is just the normal Moril fight. Or it's the revived Moril, the Fury Moril.
결구 하나만 남아있다면
Sad Moril.
배는 맛은 있는 편이 좋은데.
Meryl from Pokemon. That's another attack. The Skyrim cut is another attack. It just feels so off to me. Because of the fact that I'm used to paying Hong Lu, who does like something like that, but then there's 4 fancy effects behind him, so I keep on like seeing that and being like, oh, is it gonna do another thing? But it doesn't. It feels like there's supposed to be a funny like cut when she's like when she's resheathing her katana.
다소 유리하구려.
Because you know the funny anime thing. You know the one, I'm sure. If I was smarter with that, we could have gotten whistles. Not that we really need it, but it's funny, so I kind of wanted it.
이 공격은 꽤 먹히는 것 같아요.
꽤잘 갈렸고.
Huh?
인간을 돼지.
It's always funny how like these guys are always like a challenge encounter, even on a lot of later floors, when they're really not that like challenging. There's several enemies that just don't show up. Why don't we see any of like the bongies or Papa Bongi in the mirror dungeon? Maybe we'll see that in mirror dungeon too hard. Healing, that's good. Might need it. Hopefully it won't, since that means, well, we'd need healing, which means something's probably gone wrong. Boss time, Moril
제가
time, most
원하는 대로
likely.
베어버려도 되나요?
Do we have any good Pierce mass attacks to just spam on him? I don't think so. Got blunt mass attack. Oh, we've got this. Which if I corrode this and if I pair it with this, then it just, oh, it's going for Moril. Excellent. That should be exactly what I need though. So I'm using another envy thing so I can get an actual envy resonance off. Because then he gains charge, spends the charge, so it's effectively a 49. if he rolls minimum. If he rolls max, it'll still be like 30 something though.
가슴 가장 깊은 곳까지 박히도록.
Yeah, so that's decent damage, but that's not the main point of this.
완벽한 한 방.
They get the tails.
시원한걸?
He got the tails. 49, excellent. Demolish him. Pretty nice. Not the most insane, but it's very insane. Oh, I should have thought about that. We had the coin. We could have used Telepole again if we hadn't used Hex Nail and instead went for a different envy skill. We definitely had a different envy skill we could have gone for. I don't remember which one. Oh yeah, it was Mercel, that's right. We could have gone for a Screw this Wall up. Muriel's not doing great already, thanks to all his allies being dead. The point where we can win clashes against him. He's normally awful when it comes to clashing.
배는 맛은 있는 편이
But no,
좋은데.
he's too sad to win his clashes. 22 bleed. I'm getting some nails on it, so in case they do live, they'll get more bleed. But they do not live.
이 공격은 꽤 먹혀든 것 같아요.
검을 덜 갈았어.
He resists the lust. I know that for a fact. Actually, I don't know for a fact. It might be sloth, but I think it's lust. Victory, nice. Nice. And everyone starts with Tremor, probably. Yeah. We'll take that because we're going to have Dawn next floor, so we'll benefit a little bit from Tremor. We take middle route so we can go to the shop, then we'll do something like this. Sounds good. We've got over 400 cost, which means we can buy anything we want in the shop if we do see the 400 cost E.G.O Gift. Whatever it was called, something memory. Moon something? Lunar memory? That's the one. Lunar memory.
방금 벌레 말은 듣지 않다는 사람 누구야?
Yeah. That's not great. We need you to use your default E.G.O though, because that's more bleed, on top of the fact that you won't spend sanity to use it, so therefore you can actually build up sanity, because that's our current issue. Negative 12. Thanks to winning the clash, she's at 0 now though, and still got the tails, because the Sangre de Sancho always gets the tails. My room is dark right now, so that just kind of flashbanged me the bright yellow of this attack. Fine though, it just feels like a lie. I need to turn my light on. I usually have my light on, that's what's so strange about this. I'm playing in the dark for no reason. Oh, another Sangre de Sancho. Cool. While she's doing this, I'm gonna turn my light on so this stops hurting my eye. There we go. That's much more bearable. I don't know why I just had it off. Funny, I was trying to direct my attention to the two opposite corners of the screen there, making it look very awkward. Go for another Sangre de Sancho here though, just to make sure you win the clash and gain some sanity. And also, I think it's like the only single coin attack we have right now, like, or it's the first one. We've definitely got some of them. We don't have too many single coin attacks, so like, Dawn's got a couple, of course. We've got like Sky Clearing Cut and stuff like Bonglu's Primary. Not much. Okay, nice. 38 and double bleed and inflicts more bleed because it's a lost skill inflicting bleed in the first place. Yeah, there was a couple things triggering there because of the fact that it's a little bit of bleed. And you're using it again. Excellent. Thanks to the coin. Okay, stab that in there. And dead. Got Sangre de Sancho. Please, how are you getting tails on that just immediately with your 45 sanity? There you go, finish him off. Notice that guy was below 2 stagger thresholds already thanks to the amount of bleed he had. course, bleed isn't enough to stagger. You need to actually land a hit, but funny regardless. Dispenser, Heathcliff's meh. Battery, today's expression, fire down. Nothing we want. Heathcliff skill, perhaps? His skill 1's the only one that inflicts bleed. We don't want to get rid of any of them. Maybe we could replace the 2 with the 3. Sure, we'll do it. But then we leave. Because we don't need anything else here. We can do a fight, and then we get 2 events in the boss. Pierce and Sloth. Snake, I think?
제 형태를
No.
갖추지 못하리라.
No, it's, fish? I think we got the exact same thing last time. I think it's fish.
가능하면
Yeah?
다치시지
We
않게
can...
싸우셨으면 좋겠어요.
Yes, we sure can trigger whistles here. I'd like some poise stuff because of the fact that, well, 10 bleed from this skill whenever it crits is very nice. It gets doubled to 20, and because it's a bleed thing, it'll do 21 bleed and 1 bleed count.
계속 집중하지.
Thanks to the effect of the dagger.
침묵하라.
I feel like I've overlooked the fact that, like, well, it's just +1 bleed count whenever you inflict any bleed thanks to the rusty dagger. It's very nice for keeping bleed going. Of course, we've got nails, so keeping bleed going isn't too hard. It's just, bam, bleed count.
기운이 느껴져.
Yeah, this guy's got 34 bleed with the 6 count, and he's gonna try attacking this turn with a 3 coin skill, so he's just gonna die when he tries to clash against whoever he's gonna clash against. Yeah, guy clearing cut. So, this is gonna be funny. Oh, right, no, they take significantly less damage from bleed. That's the issue. They've got the 60% bleed
역시
resist.
모르네.
He would have died to bleed if he was a normal enemy, though. Which would have been funny.
깨어라.
But alas,
활그로.
no dice.
이 공격은 꽤 먹혀든 것 같아요.
Bam.
저들의 화만 돋군 것 같은데요.
There we go. This staggered and killed because of the amount of bleed damage that guy just took. So pretty nice. Okay, focus strike and one more from you. Clean up. Does this kill? It does.
꽤잘 갈렸고.
Victory. Now we get to see more events. There's still plenty of events that I haven't actually seen, but I've seen through, like, online, because people post those things, but they look cool. I'm not really bothered by that. It's not like a big story thing I'm missing. And I've seen my fair share once blind, but nothing special here. We've got some pride stuff, but not too much. Well, it was actually a lot of pride, a lot more than I think. This thing. Say that you don't know, you do nothing, tell the truth, you gain the divine E.G.O Gift. You're the only one who's got any chance on this, okay. And you had to get all heads, yeah. Barb snare. Yeah, it's the rupture one. That's fine. Nothing special.
시간 됐네.
I was informed that last time when my Heathcliff randomly got staggered. Yeah, because he randomly got staggered by the fish. Okay, it is snake eyes, it isn't fish, so my fish anecdote isn't related. But it's because of the fact that the fish does damage when you break its body when it's got enough of the count or the whatever the status effect is called. But yeah, it makes sense. I've just fought the fish so much, I kind of just don't really need to worry about its gimmicks, I feel. I'm like, yeah, it's the fish. Why do I need to pay attention to what it's doing? It's the fish. Who else is going for you again? Yeah, you. You clash then. Whispers. Whistles. Whispers is a sport passive. That's why I always get confused. Nice. And this guy got cloud cutter coming for him, so that snake dude's arm is gone. With absolute certainty. Okay. Confirm retribution on this guy. And is a little bit of bleed on the arm.
돼지.
Like 3 nails. This guy, that arm's got 4 nails. Cloud cutter, take the arm out.
좋아. 부위 하나를 박살냈어.
깔끔하게 잘려나갔네요.
And they've got a bunch of bleed. 41 bleed and 5. That's with the arms combined, though. Yeah, the right arm's got a lot of bleed, and the left arm's got, like, no bleed. See, we only need a couple attack saves that we can just Cloud Cutter, maybe like gripping this. That's all we need. No, we got a Fanatical Judgment. That's better. Gripping we're gonna use on this. Nina. Go for this. Go for this. Carven Blade. There we go.
재미는 없겠지만
Hopefully takes
그렇게
out both the
할게요.
arms of that guy.
좀 더 잘
The
뺄수
important thing
있을
is
것
Cloud
같은
Cutter
마음.
staggers this one.
그럼 이번 전투도 쉽게 갈 수 있을 거야.
Shame he's defending, so he's not taking any bleed damage, but this arm only has 7 bleeds, so... In time. That guy's not really much of a threat anymore. Next turn we'll probably take out both the arms on this thing. And... I mean, kill the other guy too. Kill the smaller Snake Man too, because we'll be able to easily enough. Left arm's not staggered yet. There we go, the coin did it.
우리가 우세. 서둘러 끝내보자고.
So, what's a strong-ish attack? Annihilate Heretics? Yeah, that'll finish him off. I think. If not, he'll just bleed to death next turn. So we go for like this, this, this. There we go. That'll finish it. Or we'll finish the arms, and then we'll finish the body next turn. Yes.
좀더 잘 뺄 수 있을
And
것
left arm down.
부위가 조각났어.
And right arm down. And other guy being killed by Mersault actively. He's at 1 HP somehow. So we just ignore him. Partially for the joke, partially because, well, it'll be safe because he's gonna die instantly. Because he doesn't even, like, yeah, he loses HP on use anyways. The bleed doesn't even matter, really. There we go. A lot of favored, a lot of good chances for us. Oh. Okay. That's a little bit of damage on Heathcliff. Oh. Alright, maybe I shouldn't have been clashing. Because the game is unable to perceive how negative coins work. So it was like, oh yes, perfectly fine when it's a negative coin, so it isn't perfectly fine. Still a funny thing to have issues with. Okay, you almost did that. I don't think I've ever lost this much to a Snake Man. It's because it's the, like, Mirror Dungeon one, that's for sure, but... Still. God. God. Oh, Cloudburst just gave him a bunch of paralysis, didn't it? No, we didn't use Cloudburst this turn. We used Cloudburst last turn, I think. Well, I've learned my lesson. I'm no longer giving you a chance to strike back. You pursuance if we still need it at that point. Hopefully we shouldn't. It's just a waste of resources to be doing this, but better safe than sorry. This guy already managed to stagger 3 people.
방금 건 아무 쓸모도
Or just
없었어.
2 people, right?
꽤잘 갈려.
But that's still 2 people staggered, which is a couple. And a lot of damage taken from the poison. Oh, deal more damage and take less damage against enemies with bleed. I always forget about that E.G.O Gift because it doesn't actually like directly change the bleed output. It just changes the damage output of people with bleed. Kind of sad, but meh. We'll go bottom path to get to the shop. We've got 600 cost right now. And this is going to be the final shop, so we'll be able to buy it out, I think. Roughly. Rose Spanner for weak to Pierce.
그냥 먼저 갈 거야.
So, you go for that. We're winning these clashes for the most part. I was going to use more egos, but I don't think we need to. Although the game is lying. No, actually, Ryoshu should have won that. She lost it because of a bad coin flip, because of a 5%. Penitence, though. Heal people. Give them protection next turn.
너를 위해 기도할 것이니 넌 반드시 부서진다.
Very important stuff. Only 45 damage, that's fine. I say only like it's not like a fair bit of damage. Please do not kill Ryoshu. Ryoshu is one of the stronger bleed units in the game, I think. As far as like pure bleed goes. Heavenly Executor Scribe, that sure is the name of it. Yeah, use it again. Give more people healing. Give more people protection. Pretty nice. And one of them's already dead.
좋다. 좋아. 계속 집중하지.
좀 더 잘 뵐 수 있을 것
Cloud
같은데요?
Burst leaves him at 8 HP.
시원한걸?
He's gonna die next turn because it's a normal fight, so we're gonna be forced to attack him in some capacity.
저희가 이길 것 같아요.
Otherwise, I would have let him to bleed out in time. But unlike Ruina, bleed just keeps blasts until it actually gets triggered. In Ruina, if you have a bunch of bleed, you can just do nothing that turn and it won't hurt you at all.
적확한 하나.
But in this game, no, it lasts until the match ends or until you die.
이 공격은
Or if you've actually got a way to remove it, but I don't think the players actually do have a way to remove it. That was a little bit of bleed.
또 죽었나?
And taken care of. Oh, there's still one guy left. Alright, finish him.
정화.
Heathcliff, you got this. He's got this. He sure did.
죽었나?
Said he got this because I knew he got this, and you know, he got this. That's what I'm saying. So, yep, excellent.
악은 제 형태를 갖추지
Flash week fight.
못하리라.
How is Ryoshi doing now? Did she get enough healing from the pursuances? The dual pursuance gaming?
걱정 마시고.
Oh, very much. She's already back to full. Yeah, pursuances are really good. Especially being able to use it twice, because it's 30% of HP for the 2 lowest HP allies. Don't mind if I do. That's a little dangerous. Go for this, hit all of them with an attack. Otherwise, every other clash is doing fine enough for me to be fine with it going through. For a second, I thought we instantly lost the clash, but no, it's just because Ryoshi ran to the right of the unit before clashing, because funny. Tails, that's fine.
이 전투는 승리할 거예요. 완벽한
Nice.
한방.
Oh yeah, do it again. I forgot about that part. Which means, I mean, this heals everyone for 15% HP and 15 sanity, so also pretty nice. And even heals herself, I think. So it doesn't really have that bad of a cost. It's immune to what, 20-25 cost or so, and she heals back 15, so it's like 5-10 cost effectively. Although if that cost sends her into negative sanity, into negative 45 sanity, then no amount of healing will save her. This guy. Don't cut the ring, nothing happens. Cut the ring, you get the employee garbage discharge. You're the only one who's got any chance, and you've got a good chance. Nice. Lost SP, that's fine. Employee card. If any ally uses a skill whose effect gives charge count, all allies gain charge count next turn. That's not happening. Or I guess the other activity criteria was Wrath Resonance, which could happen. And no, this is Poise. Oh, Charred Disc, this is Burn. Unfortunate, we didn't get the Funny Bleed one. Be expected, though. We can take these. I think I don't own the Charred Gift yet. And I mean, this could help us, technically. Sure, the Eyeball could also help us because we do have Burst, but we've got a little bit of Poise on Rodion. Just a little bit, but it could matter. And everyone's doing fine in HP.
이번에는 누굴
I could have,
배워보려고
you know,
하는 거야?
healed there. I really should have, because I don't have another use for the cost. But I didn't, so gotta live with my actions.
걱정 마시오.
Yeah, 45 SP despite using a bunch of mass attacks. And you know, she can use a bunch of mass attacks again. Bunch of mass attacks too. Okay, that should be good. We're kind of not doing great on Envy. Need to be a bit more careful of that, I guess.
거치적거리지만 마.
Proceeds to still use the stuff that requires Envy. How do you get 2 tails at max sanity? Like, there it makes sense because she spent some sanity, but
승리할 거예요.
unbelievable. Yeah, up to
유효타. 좋아. 계속 집중하지.
25, 20. Yeah, she only lost a total of 25 sanity across both those usage, partially because of the flash win, though. Do 50 damage with that one.
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
Are any of them not staggered?
전투왕일 뿐.
I'm starting to get the feeling that all of them are staggered. That's good.
이 공격은 꽤 먹혀든
Body
것
sack the
같아요.
10 HP guy. It was for safety, even though they were probably all staggered anyways. You never know when this game's turn order. Could have used the mass attack after the clashes went through.
시원한걸?
Could have just defended or something, I guess, but Oh well. We get to see these funny E.G.Os. Spider Bud. No, his tails though, so it wasn't quite as funny.
역시 모르네.
Nice.
적확한 하나비였어.
And we one-turned those guys, even though it was floor 5. That's the power of 5-target mass attack. That's got like a decent enough roll. Especially since they were all weak to it. And another fight where people are weak to blunt, so we might be able to do the exact same thing. Especially if Faust is the high speed. Don't know if we can though, we might be short on envy now, because I used it twice, so it spent more envy than it should have.
가능하면
We're still good though.
다치시지 않게
Because it does
싸우셨으면
cost envy, right?
좋겠어.
Yeah, 3. 2 defend. You know what, these are too many bad flashes. We'll use more E.G.Os. Even though there's a good chance the need isn't there. But you can also use Hero Mass Attack for the bunny. And Night Heretic's slightly worse because Cleanse of Sin is blunt. Good, good. Heads on the first one. We'll should get the heads on the second one though. 232 damage with that one. Okay.
적확한 하나비였어.
And she did get the heads with the second one. So oh, she's gonna get Sandy back from killing people. That's right. That's the kicker. She didn't kill any of them though. They were still all alive. We'll kill some people though. Oh, I shouldn't use this E.G.O. Rhodion's gonna lose a bunch of sand because everyone on the enemy team's gonna die and she's gonna be sad about it.
승객이 딱콩 한 방 먹였어.
Fire to Sancho, this should kill even if it is a Tails at max sanity. How do you manage to get Tails at max sanity? Why, like, why is it always this E.G.O? I don't know. You are max sanity, correct? Yes, you are.
완벽한 한 방.
What? Okay.
시원한 걸.
It's something, alright.
들어가 보자.
Into the World Wonders. Well, we wonder in this fight. I don't know if we'll be able to kill the drone. The drone's a little tankier than these guys are. The drone's gonna be the only one alive, if anyone's alive, though. Infernal Retribution, this will be good damage. Oh yeah, it's dead.
이
Because
공격은
we've got
꽤
Lenticulous
먹혔던 것
Swirl
같아요.
coming.
꽤잘
Nice. I guess we're not using bleed on these guys, but it's robots, so I'm fine not bleeding them. Even if I say that, like, there's been more than a single robot in these past 2 fights. Event? Talisman Man. We'll take it, because it's just more damage, thanks to the Rupture. And Northerly Warp Reflection.
시간 됐네.
We could Pierce, we could Pride. Which of them is we could Pierce and Pride? I think Sun Shower? Or the Drifting Fox? I might be wrong, though. No, it's Ferryman.
유감 없는 싸움을
Okay, well, we can
기다리겠어.
bleed him to death. Yeah, that's a W. Anything that wins a clash will have clash. Oh, we don't have great speed here. Which one's going for you? This one, so you deal with that one. Something like this to start out with. And then the people who are being targeted will see if they can win any clashes. It's just you, though. You can win a clash, I think. Wait, you're going for Marisol. That would do it. Marisol can't win this clash, so he might win it though. We'll gamble a little. Why not? And then use more stuff to inflict some. This. We'll just ignore the wine barrel for now. The fairy wine. I don't know why the body part's called the wine barrel. Oh yeah, we sure did get Fnatic this turn. That's nice. Especially because this guy's just gonna have a bunch of nails, so it will trigger. I was hoping that it would like matter and Mersault would like win just barely thanks to the
완벽한 한 방.
Fnatic, but he still won, so I'm not gonna complain. Even if it wasn't like anything funny or dramatic. Come on, crit. You don't have any poise, you should still crit though.
무얼 잘못했는지 아는 것부터가
Oh,
시작이랬어.
I guess you're gonna kill the fairy wine.
굉장해요.
Fair enough.
이 공격은 꽤 먹혀든 것 같아요.
The left arm is dead. God.
방금 건 아무 쓸모도 없었어.
좀 더 잘 뵐 수 있을 것 같은데요.
And that doesn't get used more because of that arm has too much bleed. Would you believe it?
옛날 버릇이.
Would you bleed, leave it. Okay. We can win some of these clashes though, I think, hopefully. Can you win a clash? No, you're Marcel, you don't win clashes, that's right. Actually, these are not great clash win chances. Anything that's good bleed, use it on the arms though. That's part of the strat. You can Pursuance one of these, and then we can just like gripping the other. Yeah, that'll work. And we'll keep on inflicting bleed here and inflicting non-bleed elsewhere. That's the one Faust is going for, and we gotta redirect this one too, I think. I got nailing work. No, it doesn't work. That's the paralysis lying. There we go.
재미는 없겠지만 그렇게 할게요.
More bleed. 54 bleed now. We'll see how the clash goes. I'm very curious to see just how. That's fine. That's not the part we want to bleed, because that's the body. It's got like no bleed because we haven't been focusing that. I did the arm in particular because of the fact that, well, Boakai is very nice there. That's even more bleed damage. What was I saying though? Because I'm pretty sure once you break the arm, it's like uses the arm like significantly more than the head. I know it's like that for like some of these fights. Like I think Talisman is very arm heavy, even after you break it.
오, 머리 좋다, 단테.
Pursuance again.
방금 완전
Oh, this time you're
좋았어.
doing it on the arm though.
너를 위해
Wow.
기도할 것이니
Riveting
넌
stuff.
반드시 부서진다.
Okay. 96. And then
좋다, 좋아.
it didn't burst
계속
there,
집중하지.
probably because it's already broken and doesn't have stagger anymore.
걱정 마시오.
Okay, the arm's not doing anything here. That's sad.
생명은
I really wanted to bleed to death. You know, we'll just inflict a bunch of bleed with any of our bleed heavy skills here. You clash though. You take that out for the joke. Fine. You have crit chance? You do not. Then build crit chance. And then you inflict nails, I guess. That'll work. And maybe next turn the arm will do a lot and we can just kind of sit there and let it kill itself.
와, 엄청난 공격이었어. 기념할 만한걸?
A lot of damage though. Yeah, 99 bleed there is the max. Wonder if we can reach the max bleed count if we do enough bleed though. Enough nails. What is nails cap at? Is nails also capped at 99? I don't know. I'd assume so. I feel like if it doesn't say the cap, it's probably 99.
탱고다. 아, 옛날 버릇.
Okay. The arm is
좋아.
going to kill itself, I think. You know, do you have bad chances of winning? You've got neutral chances. I'll take that then. And then everyone else is going to defend, I think. Unless we want to clash the other one with another weak attack. I don't know what would be a good weak attack though, so I'm just going to do it like that.
정아.
We're only clashing here because... Oh. Well, I mean, that works. Just to make sure he kills himself with that. There we go. That's a good bleed run. Even without the level 4 bleed gift, smoke and wires. Very strong, doubles all bleed. We effectively only need to get him to 50 bleed to max out the bleed count. Faust did the most, Honglu did a fair bit, Dawn did the least, because we had her last. Yeah, we got some of the good stuff. We got the wires, we got the knife. We got some of the old good stuff too, mainly the wolf plushie and the Clarid. And I can get my rewards. And my weekly rewards too, so I just get 4.5 levels. Not that I really need them, but I'll take them. I'll take all the ego shirts I can get, especially if I might have bad luck against the Ishmael pull today.
밤은 익숙치 않소.
This has been the fastest one yet. I mean, it makes sense. As I know what I'm doing, I take less and less time to get through Mirror Dungeon 2. Yeah, 2-star. That's a good start. Good start. I almost said Ishmael. No, Otis. Nice. This is the Sinclair banner. What will we get here? Another 2-star. Ooh. Fancy. Dawn. Oh, no, it's Heathcliff. I always get confused because they're both there. It looks like Dawn's in the focus for that one. And 1-star. Isang shards. And finally, Paycorp banner. Also, do any of these banners expire today? Or is it going to be expire 12th, 12th, 12th? Are we going to have 5 banners? I think we are. That's going to be interesting. We're going to have 5 banners for like a week before all 3 of these expire. Sure, though. Yeah. I know you're not the focus. You're the focus. Bleed is good. That's fair to say, especially against a boss that's got a single body part. You can just bleed down and then let it die. Let it die. Yeah. Yeah, only 55 minutes. That's not bad. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. We're gonna do bleed stuff next time because I'm hopefully gonna have Liu Ishmael. I mean, even if I don't get it from the gotchas, I've got enough shards. See ya. Bye.